Getting ready to run to town. This is how we do it. There's downtown Miami, and just to look at around all the boats that are around me. And this is how we go about loading the electric bike on the front of the dinghy. Well, it's time to prep the boat and get ready to cross over into Bimini in the Bahamas. One of the things that I carry on board is an electric bike, and the electric bike actually works quite well for me. I typically use the dinghy davits on the back and just lift it up off of the back deck, drop it into the dinghy, and head ashore. This is not really a complicated process. Altogether, from start to finish, takes about 15-20 minutes to drop the electric bike into the dinghy and motor ashore. And from there, then, anywhere that I can bicycle, I can go. Marine Stadium, which is where I'm anchored right now, is located on Virginia Key. It's a small island that sits in between downtown Miami and Key Biscayne. It's right along what's called the Rickenbacker Causeway, and it is very bicycle friendly. They have real nice biking trails. It makes it really comfortable to get around. You can see here I'm getting ready to unfold the electric bike, and we will be up and running in just a few minutes. Typically, everything in the Bahamas has to be shipped in, and that substantially increases the cost. Something that that you might pay $1 for in the United States can likely be 2 to 3, maybe even 4 times more expensive. An example: a roll of paper towels, and now just one single roll might be $5. So, while I was in Miami, I put almost 100 miles on the electric bike. This included multiple trips. This is riding right along the Rickenbacker Highway. I am real close to the Miami Sea Aquarium. Off to the right is a marina, and I'm getting ready to cross the William Powell Bridge, which will take me into Miami proper. While I was in Miami, I did a number of different trips. One of them I went to get some parts at Advanced Auto. Another trip I took down to West Marine. Each of those trips were pretty long, 10-15 miles all total. Looking off to the right, I am up on the bridge right now. You can see downtown Miami. Beautiful view. This is Key Biscayne. Key Biscayne is a beautiful little town. It has a Winn-Dixie in it. I went to the Winn-Dixie a couple of times to do some grocery shopping and pick up some supplies. They have a hardware store there. I was in the hardware store. One of the things that I did while I was in Key Biscayne is I picked up the backpacks and school kits for that I'm taking to the Bahamas to give to some of the school kids and stuff. And that arrived at a Amazon drop-off place and so I rode the bicycle in to pick those things up. Key Biscayne is very bicycle friendly. They have bicycle lanes, and that, I mean, here I'm cutting up onto the sidewalk, mostly because there's some construction ahead, and so the bicycle lane is closed. But this is looking more down into where Crandon Marina and Crandon State Park is, and this is one of the bicycle trails that's there. It's really a pretty place. I saw multiple iguanas, although I didn't get any of them on camera. And you can just look around at the different foliage, and that is substantially different than Deltaville, Virginia, that's for sure. Just some thoughts in that when you're provisioning your boat for the Bahamas, you know, things like paper products and stuff are going to be a little more pricey in the Bahamas. Drinks, soda, and stuff is considerably more expensive in the Bahamas. Processed and packaged foods, the same way. Those are usually much more expensive. So I would strongly encourage you to take stock of any of the items that you have on board, and stock up on things like canned goods, canned meats, frozen meats, those kinds of things. I have my freezer virtually packed full of pork chops, steaks, chicken, bacon, sausage. I have a lot of that packaged in there, as full as I can possibly be. And I have a substantial stock of canned goods, canned vegetables, canned chili, canned stew, and a lot of different kinds of canned soups. All of those things I have very much stocked down below deck, so I have all of that ready. The last excursion that I made before I got ready to go was into downtown Miami itself, and I am right in the center of the financial district. I went to the bank there, and that it's probably a good idea to take cash with you, especially $1s and $5 bills. A lot of the remote islands, they do not have any way to take credit cards. But places that do take credit cards are likely to charge you anywhere from 3 to 5%, maybe even a little bit more than that, for you using a credit card with them. So having cash sufficient to pay for your expenses and that is a good way to go. And the very last stop that I made was to a Publix. And this is where I finalized all of the food that I was going to bring, and now I am fully provisioned and I am ready to roll.